Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're going to be voting no on this, I think, unsurprisingly, and I want to respect the sponsor of this bill for her significant experience in local government, and other members up here too that have come to this dais through local government. That sort of experience is very unique, and I think informs this particular conversation as we talk about appropriations and how taxing works at the local districts very well. Frankly, Mr. Chair, this bill covers a lot of ground and fundamentally rewrites a number of local option taxes. This is a big bill. I think any section of this bill could be a bill of its own, in fact, and I think that's why you saw so many amendments from our side. Of course, this isn't the extent of our concerns about this bill. This is more of a focused version, but generally, I want to look at the amendments that were offered before I get to my final thoughts here. We thought that this bill took a counterproductive approach to affordable housing. That's why we offered 3 amendments focused on the affordable housing crisis that we all recognized. All of those were voted down in this case. We remain convinced that you can't increase housing affordability by making housing more expensive. Additionally, we recognized a continuing crisis in affording officers. That's why we offered to improve the bill through a more direct application of these funds where they'd be most useful. Officers on the streets doing direct public safety work. What we didn't address yet through amendments was what this bill will do in the cannibalization of public health funds away from hospital districts. Or, as we just heard about flood control, this bill would promote the cannibalization of flood control zone district funding away from those junior districts, essentially pitting districts against each other. Another aspect of the conversation that we're seeing concerning is the emergence of the automatic inflator for things like the veterans and mental health levies, which institutionalize taxes, Mr. Chair, rather than results. Taxes rather than results. Over $1 billion, for instance, has gone into these levies in King County alone over the last 15 years without moving the needle on the behavioral health crisis in King County or the challenges facing those indigent veterans. Functionally institutionalizing inflations into these sorts of failed efforts, Mr. Chair, decouples results from intents. We should be focusing on moving the needle for our veterans and vulnerable citizens, not simply enshrining inflation in failed efforts. And we should also be looking to making housing more affordable by making housing cost less, not more. We should be taking a more surgical approach to these issues around local taxation. I fear, and I think that my colleagues fear, that we're taking more of a Hunger Games approach than a surgical one, and we have to find a better way of balancing taxes without increasing taxes. We believe that those conversations are fundamentally different. Balancing is different than increasing. Respectfully, we're going to ask for a no vote on this.